and we're underway and racing. Stay on the brakes, goodness me, what a launch! The outside of turn one and takes the lead of the race.
Hello everybody and welcome to the APC, and it is ready to go for here at the Netherlands, the Zandvoort circuit here of course as well, located half an hour away from Amsterdam as well. It's a proper party atmosphere everywhere we go here. It is absolutely fantastic. Owen's alongside me once again in the commentary box. Owen, welcome to you as well. I'm Josh Burch, filling in for Tom once again. Owen, we're in for a thriller. Zandvoort is a short circuit, it's a fast circuit, and overtaking here is quite difficult.
Hi, Josh. And thank you for filling in for Tom this week. And you are right there. Overtaking at Zandvoort is very, very difficult. Realistically, you're going to only really want to overtake on the main DRS straight, because if you overtake down that second DRS straight in the lap, you're probably most likely going to get re-overtaken going down that first DRS straight. So you're going to have to be a little bit tactical with your overtakes, and definitely strategy is going to play a big role in this race because there are so many ways you can go with your strategy.
There's a wonderful event down into turn one as well. We've got Tarzan, then you've got Glurk and Bosch at turn 3's hairpin, up through the Husen ring, and then down into Slivek at turn 7. Marlborough, of course, is 8. Renault at turn 9 as well. Then down the last corner here always gets a little bit of a giggle from everybody as well because of what it's called. You have to say it, but it's pronounced differently, of course. But everybody always laughs in the commentary about it as well. It's the Kummenbosch last corner as well. So everyone always takes a little bit of a giggle with that one. We've got 9 drivers in at the moment coming in for this one, so that's going to be a lot of fun with a short, sweet qualifying. Then battles, we're expecting them to be running close together throughout the entirety of the event as well. It's a short qualifying, so just 18 minutes in total. We're getting ready to launch into that now. Everyone's going to be out there, hopefully, on the soft compound tyres. How many runs are you expecting, Owen? Would you expect 1 or 2 as we get ready to go in now?
I expect how I do every qualifying session is I do 3 runs. I use 2 different sets of tyres, but I'll do 3 laps. So sometimes, depending on the circuit, if I've got time, I will do 1 lap, go back out on the same set, do another lap, sort of feel where the time is, and then I'll come back in. But if it's a longer lap, so per se at Spa, I'll do 2 laps in a row just to sort of feel where the time is. But a circuit like this, you can definitely do 3 different going outs, if you get what I mean.
Just got an issue with the audio cameras as well, so we're just going to fix that quickly because it turns out that the F1 audio doesn't want to come back onto us right now, so that's always a little bit of fun. But just tell us quickly as well, what are you expecting in terms of possible rain coming in? That's always an option that we sort of have to contend with as well.
Rain at the Netherlands is fairly common in the F1 games I've found. The last season, when APC went to Netherlands, it actually rained. I believe Ethan Shackleton won it. Don't quote me on that because I actually was not in APC at the time that we raced the Netherlands. But I believe Ethan Shackleton won it, and rain will definitely play a factor in this race if it is scheduled. And when you go, if it does rain in the race, when you go in for those intermediates or to change tyres per se, is going to play a big part in how the race is going to go, due to how difficult it is to undertake at the circuit.
Keeping it nice and close then at the exit and making sure it's all good to go as well. This will be quite a smooth run as they exit uphill in towards the last corner, down towards Tarzan then at turn 1 as we ride on board as well with Mose into the braking zone. What are you expecting here as well? Keeping on the inside line, a lot of drag at the exit, but turn 1 is slightly banked, turn 3 is banked. You've got to sort of commit to the braking zone very early and then sort of, hug sort of the middle inside line, haven't you? How difficult as well is it to not spin out the car at the bottom?
It's very, very difficult to not spin the car in the section, especially if you're running no traction control. It was a very, very difficult section, but a very rewarding section. Right, so I think it is turn 4. If you get that turn right, you get a massive slingshot, and you can gain some major time going up that bank. You see it in real life, so if you watch qualifying from this year, I think it was, Charles Leclerc really, really high up the bank to get a really nice exit. That gave him a lot of time, so whether we'll see drivers doing that on this qualifying session, we will have to see, but Sector 1 is definitely a very, very tricky sector in this game.
Into the last corner then, let's see what lap times we're going to have. A little bit of a twitch at the rear as well from the Red Bull, keeping it low at the 9-degree banking. Over the line we come, and yellow sector 2, we've got a McLaren off already. So 1:11.738 then, as well as the opening time. Now, is it 4 or 5? So it's Krypton who had a little spin down at Renault at turn 9 on his fast lap time. So that's going to get deleted by the stewards. Let's have a look at Bajan as well. Oh, I clicked the wrong one. Bajan now through Renault, coming into the back then at turn 10. Hold that inside with the Alpine now. Just trying to hold it. 5th gear, 6th gear. This is the best and worst here at the chicane, past all the fans. That sausage curb on the inside line unsettles the car. Still purple sector 2. At the moment, you've got the DRS activation midway through the Bosch last corner, and that's the problem that I was just talking about. Hug the curves too much here, and it'll loop you around as well. Slight slide that's going to cost him. What's the lap time on the board? 1:10, 1:11, and he still goes fast despite the slide. It's a 1:11.423 over the board as well. Got outlap starting to come in. So let's take a look quickly at the Red Bull. Are we going to see? Oh, it's 13 seconds off the pace, I think now. Oh, and lost it round as well. And Owen, that's so easy to do on low traction, of course, with no driver aids.
Very, very easy to do. That corner in the circuit, especially important and quite a difficult section of the track. Netherlands, realistically, let's put it this way, it's just a difficult circuit, especially Sector 2. In the last 3 F1 games since F1 22, the curbs around it have been especially deadly. Turn 8 really sticks out to me. If you get on that curve, even ever so slightly, you're just going to ride it into the gravel. There's something weird about the physics of the curves in this circuit. It makes it really difficult to master it. This is the corner that Aaron McGurk is now going around. If you hit that curve too much, then you're just going to go straight into the gravel. So, very quickly circuit, and one that was easy to definitely spin on.
Aaron's pushing as hard as he can as well, snapping the rear, coming out of turn number 10 as well. Now open up, 11 and 12 chicane. This is, as I said, this always catches you out. Watch out, that orange coming inside, locked up on the front right as well. Controls it nicely, gently pulls the throttle down, straight out the steering wheel as well. There's that new Williams steering wheel in 2024 as well. No longer is it the butterfly, it's more normal for the first time since 2014. It took them 10 years as well to upgrade that. They said it was because the screen was better on the dashboard in front of the driver, as we see Owen go top with a 1:10.928 as well. So a better gambit on that time. Let's take a look at Jax as well in P4 in the Ferrari, starting his lap time. Now fastest first sector already as he throws it down through Skivek as well. Now this track 2.64 miles as well. Max Verstappen won from 21 to 23, but this year it was all McLaren with Lando Norris having it as well. Before that, Alan Jones in 1979, Nelson Piquet, Alain Prost, Didier Pironi even won here in the Ferrari in 82, along with Rene Arnoux the following year. For Ferrari, Prost and Lauda did a McLaren double, so it's not all that unusual. Another spin for Rastafas as well in the third sector, just ahead here of the Ferrari. Controls that exit nice. He watch up through, deploying ERS power as well. You can see with that green line on the car as well over it, and it's top 1:10.5. Good time there, Aaron, but the time's coming down thick and fast.
Yeah, time's definitely coming down, and they're going to come down even further. We've still got the title contenders, Andrea Chenkovan and Montserrat Reversi to set times, and I expect them to be some very competitive lap times. And there you go. As I say that, Chenkovan sets a 1:09.657, which is a fantastic bank for that. So time's just going to keep tumbling and tumbling and tumbling with that track evolution that you're going to see around Netherlands, and is especially prominent due to the nature of the circuit.
Haas goes top as well with Tata 109.456, much better lap times now finally starting to appear on the circuit. And let's take a look at what the McLaren's doing as well. Are we finally going to have an opening time from him? I'm trying to press number 7 as well, but there we go. Wouldn't come in. 51.1 in the first sector, so still down on the time a little bit as we take a look into the banking. It's still going to be a bit tricky. They've got to get it ASAP right. Through we go. Right, see how it's drifting up to the wall. It's touching the wall at several points as well. And doesn't improve. Stays bottom with a 1:13.6. Let's take a look at his teammate then as well. Oh, and he's off at turn 3 as well. Is that turn 3? Yeah, it's at turn 3. I thought he was backwards actually in the last corner, but it is at turn 3. So McLaren having absolutely horrendous runs here, and he's lost his front wing as well. So that time gone, and he's off the track. It's going to make us. That's going to be into the wall and out of the qualifying session. Oh well, I can't even knew that was going to happen, did we, Owen? As well, he's just no front wing, and as soon as he's in the gravel, you're not going to get it out of there from the speed you were going. Almost looks like he did turn into it as well. So yeah.
That's timing. You cut to the McLaren and you see him in a wall, and then witness him sadly go off circuit. Yeah, I think that was just a scenario of he overestimated how much he could turn without a front wing, and just could, once you're in the gravel, just couldn't save it and went into the barrier. Unfortunate, but common mistake and a driving mistake that happens.
I think that we just had a spinner in front. I can't tell you who it is. I think it could be the Alpine as well with Vortex. He just caused a brief yellow flag by running wide off the circuit. We're watching as well down here in the back, the Williams coming to the last corner. Fingers crossed we're not going to have too much dramas. We don't need drama in this qualifying. We're already down to 8 cars qualifying as they run over. Let's ride on board. Owen, give us a lap of a driver's experience as we come into Tarzan. He's already locked up.
Corner to lock it up in. Down into this corner, you want to go into 6th gear, really throw it in, don't want to overturn it. As Alan made the snap there, as Stream is struggling a little bit, so it's a little bit difficult for me to get some good commentary on it, and it's frozen, unfortunately. So we're having some tech issues at the moment. But this next
yeah, we've lost it.
Yeah, my stream's completely gone, it's frozen. It's back now. We're having some.
It's alright, Tata's lost it. EA servers, internet servers, trying to do it in the UK with a weather warning in effect as well for electronical storms as well. As we see the Williams off in the in the kitty litter, so I assume he was having the same tech issues as we were. But the servers are very glitchy tonight. It's not just you at home thinking it's internet connection. There's a reason for that as well. We had numerous tech issues trying to get on as well, and there are I tell you what detail. I'm going to interrupt myself. He's gone for the gravel, but the detail, I know Codemasters get a lot of stick, but for the graphical design, you can still see the gravel and the dust on the side of the car. It's fantastic. I do enjoy that. It's bringing it more closer. I just wish the driving, the stewarding, and just barely anything about F124 was just a little bit better. A lot better, more like. So it's a 132, 187, unfortunately, on that board. Let's check in with the Ferrari as well. He's coming through. Oh, he's only 15,000 down on Tata's time, so we've got a good time here coming through as they try and open it up. I'm desperately trying to find information that Tom sent me as well on the message, but with all internet issues, we can't get access to it as things stand. But good stuff so far, as we'll have an attack back as well. Do you think that we're going to have the situation where we're going to have an almighty pile-up at turn 1 and that pretty much will be the end of it? Like, we've only got 9 cars, but they are hopefully going to race for the championship because we've got a lot of action going on that will bring in between the 2 sessions.
I don't think we will have a major incident at turn 1. There might be a little bit of argy-bargy, but I don't think we will. I think, people are going to be a little bit more conservative in turn 1 because we have just had a weather report come through from our leader, Kyle Stewart-Wood, and it's going to rain in the race at some point from the weather report, from what I could see. From the picture he sent me,
fantastic.
For the first 10 minutes of the race, there is no rain, but on the actual icon, you can see some rain. So if there's none in the first 10 minutes, probably around lap 10 or 11, there could be rain. but that is just an estimation from the picture that I've just seen. So don't make it a 100% estimate.
So as we now take a look to the McLarens with Adam Watson at the wheel, and currently running as well. He's running on Xbox, of course, as you can see. Only 2 on PlayStation this evening, 1 on PC, that being the Haas at the top with Ravesi as well. And of course, I think Ravesi won last time I was in the commentary box, Owen, as well, if I'm not too mistaken, as we've got a lap time deleted now for Adam as well. I think it was Ravesi as well who won. Trying to double check with where we had it last time out in the season as well. But yeah, it was a long time ago that I filled in China, round 3 of the year. As we see, this is the only driver on the circuit right now. Let's have another lap down in towards turn 1 then. Watson locks up that inside front. Everybody's doing that into Tarzan. It's hard to get the braking down right because the car just come out ahead of him, of the Williams as well. So that is going to be Owen. Just touching the grass as well. Not really going to be throwing the car around too much. It's looking quite unsteady actually as well. It's like it's going to slip off the circuit. A bit like his teammates as well that we saw. It's not buckled in. That was Connor Stewart Woodard as well. He went off the circuit for the wheel. Lock up from the Williams ahead. Caution sector 2 for it. Out of 10. Not deploying any energy just yet. The overtake button. 7th gear, riding it. Oh, he went on to 8th. Now he's having to downshift as well. It cost him a couple of mile per hour. We're sliding the exit. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. Down into 5th. He needed 4th for that one, but the engine braking was too much. He was going too quick through the corner. Over the banking. Try and keep it dead state in the circuit, and it is 1:12.892. So an improvement out there at the moment. Let's check in with the Williams now with Aaron McCurk coming through the first corner. Does it nicely. Banking coming out. 3 minutes to go. We're starting to get hopefully a couple more out here. Lock up on the inside front just before we went on the onboard. 3rd gear at the exit. Now watch 4th, 5th, 6th. Aiming towards the grass. You can almost see where, and he does clip it as well. He's getting the driver lines through the grass where the tyres have gone through. Ria stepping out. Fastest first sector though. That's a good sign. Soft compounds, brand new tyres. Into Renault. Lock the inside front. That McLaren needs to get out of the way. It's going to be right there. The brake is up for turn 10. And that has massively compromised as well. Owen's lap time in the Williams. That's not what he needed to do. That McLaren, too much. The only other car on the track with 9 on the field, he's got it right with traffic. Locked up into the chicane as well. Into the last corner. Now just carry as much speed at the exit. Full power now. 6th gear, 7th gear, 8th gear. Get ready for the DRS. Now, over the line and up to 3rd. 110 double, 110.011. And locks up back into the first corner. Strong lap time there, but I definitely think, do you reckon a possibility of 2nd there was taken by the McLaren, Owen?
I don't think it would have cost him 3.5 tenths. I think maybe a tenth and a half just because of the distraction, but I don't think it would have cost him that 2nd place. But maybe combined with the lockup, it could have cost him the 3 tenths. I'm not 100% sure or convinced that it would have cost him just the impediment on its own.
He's the only driver around the track now as well. And unless they come out, here we go. Ferrari's coming out. I was going to say, and so is the Alpine. So this, and so is the other Ferrari. So this is where they're going to have to come out to set their lap times in. So it's going to be the Ferraris up there first. You can see the Haas coming out too. So this is going to be quite the end of a session. As I believe, off the track has gone the Williams. Yep, just had a little spin with the DRS open. Coming down into the chicane area as well. Now I'm going to expect him to box at this point as well. Still, hold it on together as we see the Ferraris now. Now this is going to be Ethan Shackleton, who's going to be on the wheel with the Xbox system. His teammate with Andrea Chovacan as well. And yeah, flag on the back straight as well. That's for the Williams coming into the pit lane. Now we've gone green. It's right on board then with the Ferrari. Or apparently go to a Williams who's decided the camera's auto-cut. No idea how that's happened. That's right with the Ferrari. That's why he's retired from the session. He must have auto-direct on. Over the line then with the Ferrari. Down into the first corner for Ethan. There's a yellow flag out there with a spinner in the last corner. And that could be because he's retired in the pit lane. Not really meant to do that. It spoils other people's lap times. And in the race as well, it causes virtual and full safety cars. But on board now with Ethan Shackleton in the Ferrari. Little twitch coming out of 3. This is my favourite section on this circuit as well. The sand dune section. Down in towards turn number 7. Checker flags out. So we've got the positions 6 to 9 sorted out. Top 5 going to battle it out for pole position. It'll be the Alpine who's going to be up next as well over the line. Are we going to see a decent time here from Ethan? We'll hold it on together. So just checking with the Alpine as well coming in. Right behind. Ethan Shackleton's got the fastest second sector of anybody. It's a 109.397 the time to beat. Over the line then. What have you got to offer us? Qualifying concludes. Pole time? No, third. 109.751. Here's the Alpine. Stays in 5th. Have we got a front row for the Ferrari? Well, it's pole position without even needing to try. As well for the Haas. Numero uno for Ravesi as well. Pole position, Owen, and that's very, very nicely done.
Absolutely fantastic there from him. A 109.1 is an absolutely fantastic lap there. And a great sign for the race, obviously. Montserrat Ravesi has won 5 out of 7 races, I want to say, this season. I believe Schenkerman has won 1 and Aaron McGurk has won 1 as well. So a very dominant showing so far this season from Montserrat Ravesi, and it shows no signs of stopping at the Netherlands.
This is going to be a very interesting race then. Let's get ready to rumble as we get ready into the session. So, prediction then, Aaron, who's going to win this one? We've got 9 cars on the grid, very quick cars. My money personally could be on Ethan in the Ferrari as well, but never can outrevert as well. What do you think?
An interesting choice. I think if he manages to stay in the DRS on Montserrat Ravesi and Andrea Schenkerman, it is possible. But in my opinion, if we do not get that rain, then this race will be strategy dependent. But I'm just waiting for a weather report from Kyle actually for the race so we can see what's going to go on. But if it does rain, I think my money's going to go on Montserrat Ravesi personally. It's boring, but it's a safe bet just because A, he's been so dominant this season, and B, I think he, based on his driving style and from what I've seen, I think he will be fairly strong in the wet.
I'm with you on that one as well. It's going to be quite an interesting situation as they come into it. Just want to Tom left his mic on up here as we'll just get everything else sorted and ready to go. Fingers crossed. We're going to be in for a very entertaining race. Just waiting for the drivers to come back in. By the way, I know you're now seeing 2, but that's so you can see the broadcast ones as well. Teeth will be gritted. Have we still got the formation lap, Owen? I hope so. Have we still got the formation lap?
We still run formation lap, yes.
Fantastic. So 9 cars warming up their tyres and heading down in towards turn 1. As I said, 36 laps ahead of us, or if they all finish as well. 2.647 miles, 4.259 kilometres if you're in old money to come into it. Now, our pole times are 110.567 from Verstappen in 2023. So already on the game, we've beaten it with the drivers here tonight. So that is very impressive stuff. Waiting a long time for the drivers to come in. Let's take a look then quickly at your championship standings as they come into it as well. So after 7 races, it's got Ravasti on 169 points. And then Andrea's got 116. Lewis Smith's not racing tonight. He's on 79. Ethan Shackleton's on 75 as well, coming to it. Aaron in the Williams on 67. Kenneth's not racing. He's on 49, the same as Michael. Kyle in the Alpines on 41. Aaron Sacker's on 38. And Caro Nichols is on 15 as well. That's after the 7 races so far. Taking it in as well with the teams championship. Ferrari on 191. Haas have 179 as well. And then we've got Alpine on 120. Williams 116. RB on 53. Kicksab on 46. McLaren 19. Aston Martin 15. Red Bull only on 6. And Aston Martin... Sorry, McLaren AMG. I don't know why I said that. On 0. Why did I say Aston Martin? Coming into this one as well. There's your grid then. Lining up down in towards the first corner. Let's check in with everything that we need. Get all our details on. We'll have our tyres. So already, Owen, we've got... I need that data, not telemetry. Already then, we're seeing an interesting run, Owen, because we've got medium, soft, medium, soft, medium, soft, medium for the 9.
Yeah, very, very conventional. I have had a weather report by the way. I've just seen that we have an off. He's probably going to be disqualified from the
formation lap, yeah.
Map for that.
He's way behind at the moment.
From Kyle. I have just had a weather report from Kyle, and it is going to rain in the race. It is. There are 7 little bars, and 2 of them show rain. Which, if you split a 36-lap race into 7, is probably about lap 25, 26.
Right where the pit stops are coming up, yeah.
The pit stops will be earlier than that. The soft window, in my opinion, depending on what tyre you go to, opens about lap 8. If you're going to hards, it opens lap 8. If you're going to mediums, it opens lap 14. And what I say about strategy, there are so many ways you can go. Mediums, in my opinion, are my favourite car to go because they give you that option of either you can go to the hards if there were to be a safety car, so they last, or you can stay out and overcut everybody and go to softs at the end and be really, really fast. So strategy here is a really, really interesting one. And with that rain, spicing things up a little bit, it's going to be interesting to see whether the medium runners try to stay out that much longer until the rain, or if it doesn't come, they just pick the softs at the end.
This is the worst thing now because they've all lined up on the grid, and yet the Haas is still coming out of the last corner, ready to come up towards the line. So that's a bit cheeky from Ravelli because he's going to have much better tyre temperatures compared to the rest of the field. So now he's going to go through the field, line up on pole position, and then it'll all be steady. So now we should have the opportunity ready. Lights on. 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. And we've already got jump starts. The race is underway, and the top 2 have left the line before the lights have even gone out. So already a great start, but penalties coming. So it's Ethan Shackleton who's got the effective race lead as they all battle in towards turn number 3. Good start from the McLaren as well, with Crypto up into 7th position as well. But Ethan and Owen, the only 2 really to do that start correctly. I think what happened there was the Haas went to go, jumped the start, and then the Ferrari went within their will. But Owen, that was unbelievable because there will now be a penalty.
Very unfortunate, but very easy to do. I think what happened there is once Rat Reversi overshot how long, underestimated how long it was going to go for. It was quite a long interval between the 5 red lights going on and then going out. But I think what happened is once Rat Andrea Chenkovan saw
that light, yeah.
It's just a reactionary thing. It happens. I've done it before. It's really unfortunate, but it's one of them things. But Ethan Shackleton effectively has the net race lead. So, Josh, your prediction could well be in the works at the moment. It could very well be a bit now.
And he spent the
second speed in pit lane.
Ethan Shackleton's got it.
This race, it's incredible.
well. You can't write this stuff, can you, as well? He's gone right to the back of the field. So Haas already having trouble for reversing. Now we're watching as well as the Alpine having a battle coming down into the S's section. So this is Bajan Vortex having a battle with the Williams as well of Aaron McCurk as they fly down into turn 7. Ethan Shackleton, he's just got the lead of this race completely. The two Ferrari, well, he's got a 1.5 second advantage as well coming into it. So that is going to be okay. Take a look at it from, look, there's the lead Ferrari effectively. And already, sadly, a penalty is going to be coming the way for Chevakan, who should really do it this lap, otherwise he's going to get a further penalty. Tata with 10 seconds though, so unfortunately for Reversi, he's now going to have pretty much a black flag in the race if he's not careful. 1:12.092 already on that battle at the front. Let's check in with these three there in the midfield as we down in towards turn 1. I already think the RB was going to go for a move there. Darren's just a little bit too tight to get it through the inside line there as well, unfortunately. Now, Bean Machine, who was Bean Machine last year? I can't remember, because we had him back in Shanghai on his first event debut, and he did really well. I can't remember the name though, because it was coming through quick last minute intervals, but already we've got the Williams of Aaron McCurk just behind him in 5th position, just going to hold off in his defence at the moment. At 3 then of 36, the field already getting spread out between them all. And again, Machine's going to dive up the inside. Grosjean did not see that coming, and neither did he see Owen coming, and he's sliding out almost into the barrier. That is literally saved on the seat of his pants from Aaron there. He's heading towards the barrier. The rear's locked up on acceleration, and he managed to save it up into 5th position as well. Ferrari now put out a 3-second gap between them, so I think they're going to work together as into the pit lane. Now comes the race leader, so Ethan Shackleton will become it from 3rd on the grid. I didn't know my prediction would be 100% correct, actually, as we head in towards the braking zone for turn 1. Up the inside, and contact! Damaged side pod! And Aaron's had his day. He's going from bad to worse, off in qualifying and off now and down to 5th position. The championship leader, by the way, made it up into 7th position at the moment as well. So, okay, regroup, keep it calm and go again. Let's hope we don't have to prematurely put out the red flag as well for driving standards, because so far it's unfair for Ethan. He's got the lead of this race. So let's go quickly have a look through. Already, look, it's got 4 seconds, 1-1. This is the closest battle to the circuit right now as well, with the McLaren coming through as well. That is, of course, of Connor Stewart Woodard, and the Williams, which is on your screen as HF Aro. That is, of course, Aaron McCurk between the two. So that's just going to be a nice little leveller between them all. And Owen, I don't want to say it, but this is the closest battle of the circuit right now. We've got the two championship. We've got 2 Ferraris battling with each other as well. Actually, we've got these 2 coming up. It's not the cleanest of starts, but it could be a lot worse. As we see Aaron moving up the inside of Connor down to turn 1 and making the move. Just about to stick. He's locked up there. Will Connor get the cutback? No. Good move there from Aaron on the inside.
As you said, it's scrappy, but everybody's still in the race, and that's the main thing. And one more thing for you, Josh, is Bean Machine's name is Michael Towers, by the way.
Michael Towers, thank you very much. I knew we had it somewhere along in the season. I just couldn't remember when. I'm going to write that down. Bean equals Michael. Megan's going to be really confused when she walks into the commentary box and wonders what that's all about on the post-it notes that we've got up here as well on Friday for practice at Sao Paulo. Either way, now watching as well, I tell you what, we're seeing the McLaren not drop away, so Connor's not going to be one and done, and he's catching up now as well, so this is going to be a lot better. Already we've got the Alpine coming through. Difficult to hear. We haven't got any track audio today as well, so it's throwing me off a little bit. Diving to the left-hand side comes Aaron, and here comes Connor. Can he get 2 into 1? Oh, he thought about it. He braked super early. The Alpine doing a Max Verstappen and blocking under braking into turn 1. that is not going to be the greatest of respect. And now Connor's going to be, getting the bit between his teeth now. Exit now through 7. Keeps it up going, rising up. Watch 7th gear. Just let it rise. You're in race mode, so you're trying to save battery and energy. Down to 6th. It's very economical driving, actually. Not bad. Ethan's pulled out a 5-second lead, by the way, to Michael at the front of the field. And then we've got Aaron just behind him in 3rd. And it's the battle for 4th, 5th and 6th now, because guess who's joined the party? It's our jump starter, pit lane speeder, contactor, once, twice. Want to make it 3 times as well from Reversi as well. He's trying to get everywhere. Lock up then as well from Connor. Let's go over. And here comes as well the Ferrari with the Cheddar Can as well. Over the line we come. 3 abreast. And through already goes Reversi. Through already goes the Ferrari of Trevor Can. And now, unfortunately, Connor is down into 7th position. His teammates 15 seconds behind, but this is the battle that is a bit spicy right now as well between the Ferrari and the Haas through the sand dune section. It's right on board as well with Jenna Cam and Andrea on board. They're moving through the field quite quickly, but how's that chance of rain? I can see the clouds coming up. Do you reckon that's why? Will that bunch up the field, Owen? Oops, once, twice, contact again.
Hit for the inters, it might bunch up the field, but I think realistically, in terms of just going on to talk about Reversi, what he needs is a safety car right now to conserve that penalty. But if the rain does come, those clouds do look quite dark now. My estimation was around lap 25. But it could come early because I believe model settings for this league are only on approximate, not on perfect. So weather could play a factor in this race earlier than we were expecting.
Nice dive bomb there from the Ferrari on the inside of the Alpine, getting it down the start-finish straight. So that's keeping these two together. We're seeing actually the Haas with Reversi coming back up through the field, just with that 10-second time penalty still to serve. Will serve that in the pit lane, though, with the predicted run to wet or intermediate tyres. Blue wet, green intermediate, by the way. If you needed... Oh, and he's off the circuit! He's gone way, way wide, and he's into the gravel as well! Championship leader smashing through bollards, and now all that hard work going to waste again. Just got it loose. And through when Jenna can. Okay. Regroup, go again. Lap 8 of 36. You can see the dirt then on the side of the Haas car. Throws it in to Bosch, and the Ferrari's slowing. And the Ferrari's led him back through. Now, I've never seen that before. All for wanting to make some interesting racing, and I'm all for that in the commentary box, but willingly letting a championship rival through is bizarre there, Owen. Are they just having a little bit of fun out there now?
I don't know what's just happened. I don't see the benefit in purposely letting your championship rival through, who has a 10-second penalty. It's bizarre, but we'll see if we can get Chenkovan in here and ask him about it. And just on what happened with One-Slap Reversi, he hit turn 8, the turn 8 curve. I said you don't want to hit that curve because it is deadly, and you will just go off into the gravel, and that is exactly what happened.
Has he let him through because he's on medium compound tyres and he's faster? So is he going to use him for like a DRS train and try and drag himself back up into the field? Is he literally like using him as bait at the end of a fishing hook?
I don't even think I don't think we've hit the crossover yet. I think the soft crossover is in about a lap and a half. So I don't see why he'd let him through yet. The softs around here, after 14 laps, they'll be on like 50%. Mediums will be on like 24 probably roughly. So that's when the real crossover will be. So it's interesting. We'll have to see about it later. Unless he had an illegal overtake maybe. That's
Oh,
about
good.
the only thing I can think of.
That's an illegal overtake would be something I was thinking of as well, actually. But he's side by side with him now, so whatever that deal was before, it doesn't really matter because through goes Andrea, and now we're unfortunately going to see Reversi down into 5th position with that time penalty still to serve. So I can't understand why these two. They are the closest to the circuit. We've got Connor with Vortex as well, quite close together, 8/10, and they're battling for position. This is the closest. The second closest is 6th and 7th behind them. I don't understand the logic. It must have been as you say, Owen, a penalty for an illegal overtake, because you would never ever do that. With the way he was slow coming out of here, yeah. I'd love to get these thoughts after this as well. Have a little bit of a word with him. Over the line once again then. This is lap 11 of 36. Ethan Shackleton leading the race at the moment, those soft tyres, by 7.8 seconds to Michael Towers, who's running it down as well. So yeah, it's just taking time by time, corner by corner. Gets a good boost. We're riding again with that championship leader. The Haas. Look at the dirt on the front of the cars as well. That's proper grit from them into turn 7. Look at the wash as well. The understeer you get from the car in front. And these cars were designed to be able to run more. Ha! Osborne ruined F1 and ran away. It's only getting now that the cars have become equal. It's getting slightly better. They're still too big. They're still too hard to drive, and the drivers don't like them. And they're looking forward to 2026 as well. Yellow flag sector 1. It's a McLaren that's gone round, and judging by it, I'm going to say it is going to be Adam Watson, who had a little bit of a moment at turn 3. And I was correct, because we've got the Red Bull directly behind there as well of Mosenberg as well. Here we go again then from Reversi, going to go to the inside line and gets ahead of Trevor Can, and is that Aaron McClurk off the road? Yeah, it was. And we've got a slide as well coming from the Haas. Hasn't let the Ferrari back through mid-corner. So now, 3rd place battle is on. Well, that's more like it. They really have closed in. Aaron must have made a mistake in the braking zone for turn 1. It's the only thing that I can think of. Throws that car in on the inside line. Okay, looking better. Now, let's come back to the Ferrari. And right on board. 6th gear. Got to time this to perfection. Getting so much dirt on the inside front right tyre. 4th gear exit. Couldn't get the power down until after the car was straightened up. Dropped him a couple of tenths of a second. You see he's riding on that 1 second DRS train. Compare that to Reversi, who has got that 7/10 gap. So we're going to ride on board with him to see if this is going to be a move on Alan McCurk down in towards turn 1 with said DRS. The Ferrari of Andrea is in, so we'll cut there to see some pit stop action. Now, that is another that's a medium tyre there, Owen, but it's not the right decision with possible rain coming in. It's dropped him 2 places.
I think since he started on the softs, he probably can't make it to the rain. If it's not rained by this point, then the tyres aren't going to make it to the rain. And the clouds don't look dark enough to make it worth staying out. So I think it's the right move to go in. And he is going to be so much faster than the rest of the field, you know. A 12 lap difference to all the other medium runners is probably about a second and a half a lap. So if the rain were to come for another seven laps, he'd pretty much gain back what he lost in the pit stop. So it is worth it for him at this point in the race. And I expect everyone on softs to come in the next sort of lap or 2.
Now, Michael Towers has made some form of error because he's dropped so many seconds to Aaron and to our championship leader of Reversi. And Reversi goes to the inside line then as well, over the battle for 3rd position. He gets that inside line into turn 1. Oh, and Aaron just again, we are stepping out from him at exit. Really trying to find how. Look, he's leaving down tyre marks of dirt. And lockups ahead through 3. They've just got to find the right pace, right stuff as well. Don't make too many errors. Don't make too many, ooh, this isn't going to work out. Just have confidence. But how on earth did Michael make so big of a loss? He's in 8 seconds. Oh, hey, hello, Aaron. We are braking. He's a bit done there. I think your tyres are a bit out of it. Let's take a look then, because we've got Reversi right on the back of Michael in towards the braking zone for the stadium sector. Locked up a little bit on the front. Gets back on the power. Just got to shape it correctly now as well. Michael is going to go defensive. And you're going to have to think about it as well, because Reverse is going to have that DRS all the way down now towards turn 1. It's like being reeled in around the outside, and he's got him just about. There's a Red Bull right in the way. It's ghosted, so it'll be okay. Oh, that was close to contact. I couldn't quite see because the Red Bull was in the way, but I think Michael nearly touched the back of Reversi as well. Just had to take it with ease and not throw it off the track. So yeah, well done. Go again. And now let's see if Michael can keep the pressure on him and keep the, well, I want to say adrenaline back up towards him as well. Just keeps it going. It's a really good little race actually that is brewing. Down to that braking zone. Just touching it gently into the S's. So 4 tenths now. This is the closest battle on the circuit. We do know that the Haas has a 10-second time penalty whenever his pit stop turns come around. Ethan Shackleton is into the pit lane. So now the Haas will take the lead of the race. Didn't expect that there. And he's locked up as well. So let's check in then with Ethan. And he's put the medium tyres on. I agree with you, Owen. It doesn't look like it's going to rain anymore, as we're now lap 16 of 36.
Yeah, and if it does rain, it won't be till very late into the race. And I think it's the right strategy at the moment for Ethan Shackleton to come in. Of course, he is racing for this win at the moment, and now he's on 15 lap fresher mediums. And don't forget, when Montserrat Reversi comes in, he has a 10-second penalty to serve. So I think Shackleton is just trying to put extra daylight in front of himself and Montserrat Reversi, just so he can come in when Montserrat Reversi comes in and serves that 10-second penalty. He's almost a full pit stop clear, and then also put daylight in between him and Michael Towers, who is running a really good race at the moment. So I think it's the right choice for him, considering he was on softs.
So we've got all 3 tyre compounds now in play. We've got the mediums on the top 4. We've got Aaron on the hards, then we've got 2 on the medium, and then we've got 1 on soft, and the McLaren back on hard tyres as well. Everyone is now outside of DRS range as things stand. Even with only 9 cars on the circuit, we are just about approaching lap traffic. So it's not going to be that much. Pit stops as well, going to be causing it. Safety car could come in handy round about now. I'm just amazed that no one's thrown it into the wall, but surely we're not going to see Reversi think that he can win this with a 10-second time penalty. He's 9 seconds to Ethan Shackleton now. He's still got to make his stop. 10 seconds to get taken away at the pit lane. That's going to be an awful long wait. We will watch it, of course, because why not? Let's come into it as well. Let's take a look, actually, then, at our race leader in the Haas. And Reversi doing interesting tactics. I'd love to know why he jumped the start and what the gambit was on being the last to arrive on the grid was. Because it all was very strange looking. And if he just got the wrong beep and he went, because the lights were on, I would say for around about 3 seconds. And he's not going to box this lap either. So the Haas leads at the moment, 9 cars in the field. Loops it back. Wonderful section. Ethan Shackleton's getting all the top mentions at the moment in 3rd position a 1:11.983. He sets the fastest lap of the race so far on those brand new medium compound tyres. Locks up a little bit on the inside front left coming through turn 3. And into the pit lane comes the Red Bull. And now we can see what that's going to change up as well. With Mosenberg. And he's put on the medium compound tyre as well, and will be released into last position in this race. And he's been ghosted quite a lot throughout this one as well, the only RB. That was the problem we had. Back to the race leader. Just hugs that last corner. 18-degree banking, double that of what we have at Indianapolis. And into the pit lane now comes Michael Towers. So he's diving in. But look at Ethan's time in the Ferrari in P3. He's now 6 seconds back to Michael. That's 8 seconds in total. He'll get promoted to second. So he's reeling in the Haas quite quickly. Mediums to softs now. And, oh, that's a long release time. What's going on there for Michael? Was he not looking? That was, Owen, that was a very, very long release time. But he's on soft tyres. Can he make it to the end of the race on those? It's 19:36 now.
No, is the simple answer to that. Lap 21 or 22 is the earliest, in my opinion, because your tyres by 21 or 22 will be on 60%. Your softs will fall off a cliff so hard. By the end, you could be in puncture range by the end. So it's going to be difficult for him unless we get that rain. Unless that's what he's gambiting on, rain in the final few laps, I'm not too sure. Otherwise, it's going to be a treacherous final 3 laps for him, for sure.
Was that the Williams? Yes, it was. Aaron McKirk went wide and lost a heap of time coming through again at Renault at turn 9. And the brand new softs for Michael will start to play into effect. Another lockup from the Williams. And now look at that. Look at the traction trying to come back through on the inside line. Much better now. Michael's going to be feeling like he's got brand new trainers, and Aaron's going to be feeling like he's got, well, he's on hard tyres, I follow bottle, but he's going to be feeling like he's running in Wellington boots, breezing through on the inside line. And there's absolutely no defence for those brand new softs. Trying to go late on the brake through Tarzan, releasing it early, back on the throttle. Not going to work, sadly. So Michael's going to be one to watch in this race as well, in the RB. As Owen just slides the wheel back a bit. By the way, we look at reversing his time. Look at that, he's 7 seconds now, nearly 8 to Ethan. Ethan did thin that gap down a little bit, but now it's stabilised, so there's not much going on there, sadly. This is the closest battle on the circuit between the two. This is battle of the fourth between Michael Towers and Aaron McKirk, who is back this weekend after not racing last week. Into the braking zone for the chicane. Did he lock up again there? I think he did. Yeah. And into the pit lane comes the Haas. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And he's onto the soft compound tyres. Now, that is going to put him in 5th position, but brand new tyres, and we know, Owen, that Aaron's struggling on those hard compounds. So lap 21, that's when you said those softs could go to the end. Are we about to see a back to front to penalty, to jump in the start, to the back again, to the front?
Yes, possibly. I think a podium is on here for one track reversing. I don't see him contesting the top 2 now. I think that's just a bit too much of a stretch. But I definitely think 3rd place is on for him. He's only about 4 seconds off and he's on the better tyres. Or sorry, the best tyres on the grid. So I think a 3rd place for him is definitely very possible. Unless we get a safety car, then a race win is more than definitely on the cards.
Well, this is interesting. We've got a glitch on the monitor for the McLaren of Adam Watson, who is ahead of the Red Bull. But yeah, it's glitched a little bit. That's Mosenberg who's behind him. He's 3 tenths behind, but he's not a second behind his teammate. So he's had some sort of sensor glitch there, and that's confused the data systems up here. But this is over 8th and 9th position. Points-paying positions. Everybody gets points today. So, woohoo! You've turned up. You get some points, and now you're going to race to see how many points you can actually get. So that's quite an interesting little factor to contend with. We're going to have to cut away from this battle, I believe. Well, not just yet, because the Williams isn't too far back. We'll stay with this over 8th and 9th as well. Down towards turn 1. Mosenberg's going to have the run on the inside line. He's ghosted the entirety of the race. Does that mean that he's running? Or does that mean that he's on autopilot? What's happening there?
He's out of the session. He put it in the Discord chat. He's disconnected.
Oh, great.
And it's not the first time he's disconnected. He's disconnected in multiple races this season, so it's not an uncommon thing. So
here's me watching it, thinking, yeah. It just crossed my mind. Is that him racing because he's been? I think it, but yeah. Ghost car. Oh well, we'll move away from that. Over the line then once more. And it's fastest lap for the Haas as well for reversing. So 1:11.037 into the braking zone. 23.36 is actually not too bad. It's going to be okay. Touching the inside line again. 2 Ferraris, by the way. 1-2. And Andrea doesn't have a penalty anymore. Nobody does. They're all back into it. So this is going to be fun. Is Reversi going to have a look on the inside of McKirk? And that is Michael Towers once again off the circuit. So suddenly third position's become a little bit more viable. I didn't see that coming. Running off the road into the S's section. Right, 5, 4 and 3 in the battle to the helicam. Turn 1's going to be interesting. Those 2 Ferraris, though, are 13 seconds ahead of this battle here. With 12, about 13 laps to go, actually, so we might be making it. Down to turn 1. Reversi looks to the inside. Lock up from Michael. Oh, this is going to get close. Aaron McCut's right there, too, going defensive in towards turn 3. Oh, high line taken as well. McCut really threw Reversi up there. Reversi had nowhere to go. You saw him sort of frantically shake the steering wheel. So much more traction. Coming through into Renault. Look how much more inside curve is taking. Not there, not there. Lock up from Aaron again. Inside, inside, inside. That's it. Keep in you there. You've got it. Go, go, go. More power. Inside line. Last of the late breakers. He left the door open. It's not like Max Verstappen. He didn't force him off the road. It was a perfect move from Reversi. The door was left open and he went up the inside, rang the doorbell. And considering it's Halloween, probably trick or treat. Over the line we come again. He's going to get Michael quite nicely as well. DRS to be open. Look at that. Michael's immediately going towards the pit wall to try and break that toe. But brand new softs up the inside. Last of the late breakers. And he's going to have to hold it because Michael's going to keep that outside line. He's giving him room actually as well. Fair dues to Reversi, but he's got him into 3. So P3, brilliantly done into turn 3. And now, Owen, I think, can he catch the Ferraris with a gap of 13 seconds?
Well,
Oh, Mike might have died there to come through. But I think so, yes. It's going to be difficult, though. But still, we've got Michael and Aaron battling together. And this little melee.
Now?
It is working now. Hello.
Yeah, as I was saying, sorry, I had to decline.
Safety car, virtual safety car. Don't know why.
I think that was Aaron McGirt going off. I did briefly see it, but I didn't think he'd hit the wall bit. If you go on Aaron McGirt,
He's lost his wing. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Down in the chicane, he's lost his wing. So Al McKirk, that slidey Williams, has caused more drama. He'll get a free pit stop now to come in and change it. He has the time gap.
By the way, Jenkerman has gone in.
Oh, hello, up in for the Ferrari. Now he's put on brand new soft tyres. That's going to be one to watch. Wow, that virtual safety car has come at exactly the right time. Surely, yeah, it is soft as well for McKirk, who'll get a new front wing. Where is the Alpine? He's coming across the line now as we cut, and he's going to drop down into 7th as well because the McLaren's gone through. So it's basically to the back for Alan McKirk, but on much fresher tyres. We've kept the Ferrari with Andrea up in 4th position. And now it's Ethan Shackleton versus, as well, Longzat Reversi. And it's a drive-through penalty for Michael Towers for speeding under the VSC as we head back to green flag running. And he's in 3rd now, on the back of Reversi as he comes through in towards the penultimate corners. So I serve it now. Serve it now. You've got the delta to stay ahead. Yeah, and he is. Smart move. As now the Ferrari is going to go back through as well of Andrea. So correct move. Now 15 seconds. Lap 27 and 36. Don't think he's going to catch that. Ethan Shackleton might just keep his way. Good that it was a virtual safety car, not a full safety car. That would have changed the game. Brought them all back together again in the last few moments of the race. Could have been better, could have been worse. I think it'll be okay, personally. A lot of fun. Even with 9 cars, you're getting entertainment on an evening. Fantastic sliding capabilities in these guys. So let's take a look at P5 as well. So this is Vortex alongside with Michael Towers, who's up in 4th place. This is where he's come back out. So he's kept 4th because he had the gap. There's a yellow sector 2. That's in that section. Is it a McLaren? I think it was. That would have been off for Connor Stewart Woodard. And that's Alan McKirk. He looks okay to me. Hasn't dropped too much time. In fact, he's gained it. So I'd say he's okay. Look on the onboard. Rear sliding around. Setup was all wrong on that Williams, isn't it? All day it's just been twitching and moving around, and it hasn't been wanting to stabilise. But it's got a great run into the turn 1, and through he goes. Another yellow flag out in the first sector. That's the benefit, by the way, of brand new soft tyres. So let's take a look. Is Michael still in position? Yes, he is. But finally, breaking that 1 second barrier, we have Andrea battling in the Ferrari with Reversi in the Haas. And he set the fastest middle sector of anybody. It's gone purple. So this is what brand new soft tyres can do. Is this going to secure Ferrari's 1st and 2nd in this race? Or is Reversi going to do a Max Verstappen and go blocking? It's a 1:10.603 as well from Andrea as we see Reversi lock up into the first corner. The Ferrari's right in the back of him now into turn 3. Surely an inside manoeuvre will be possible. I'm getting the best angle from this. We'll cut to the Haas, which will show the 2 cars together. There'll be a slipstream manoeuvre as well. Into the pit lane comes the Alpine. After 14 laps on those medium tyres. It's getting a little bit darker out there. Not seeing any spots of rain as of yet. But, oh yes, I am seeing rain! I am seeing rain! And the Alpine's gone on to the intermediate tyres! Oh, this could completely change the complexion! As round the outside goes the Ferrari to take 2nd position! And he's taking him into the stadium sector! But he's locked up and gone on the gravel! And now we're going to see Ravelli try and get back to the inside line! Hasn't done it! Now, is this a time to switch over to intermediates? McCurt's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Anyone going to dive in for intermediates? Not yet. It's starting to rain as we see Reversi look to the inside line. Oh, he's trail braked in. Owen, I can see the rain coming down. It's starting to get a little bit heavier. Is it going to be enough for intermediates? Look how hard it's raining in turn 3.
Yeah, they're going in this lap 100%. I was going to say I don't understand why Andrea Schenkervan went into the pits, considering he was actually catching even Shackleton at one point. But I kind of understand now. I think he wanted the fresher softs, but if it did start raining lighter, and it wasn't going to get wet enough for intermediates, but with how heavy it's raining, they're probably all going to be in at the end of this lap. So that benefit is kind of negated, is the best way to put it.
Is the race leader going to come in? It's 10 seconds now. That gap has been dramatically changed. The car is squiggly. He's on 14 lap hold medium tyres, and it is hammering it down now in the last sector. And he boxes now. Does he box? No, he hasn't. He's kept going. He's kept going. Why have you done that? Your teammate's got tyres that can last another lap. You have kept going. Well, that's really changed it. Is anyone going to come in? They've all gone through. They have all gone through another lap. Now, that is unusual considering the amount it is raining out there right now. It's visible on our monitors. It's starting to... Look, they're struggling for grip coming out of turn 1. Well, I don't believe that's the correct decision at all, Owen. Look at that. They're all sliding in turn 3. Reversi's almost spun it.
The crossover is so precise in this game. It's obviously not hard. It's obviously not wet enough yet. The intermediates will work in a good operating window, because the intermediates in this game have such a fine line between overheating and working well. So I think they're trying to wait until they can light those inters up, or they're simply just going to stay out and soft to the end, considering there's only 5 laps to go. One of the two strategies. I'm not too sure which it will be.
This is Vortex with those intermediate tyres. They don't look like they're handling it that well, do they, as well, in terms of no spray off it. It's cut back because we've got the Haas now a second behind. Crucially, though, the crossover will be signalled by the DRS being disabled. It has not been so yet from the stewards. So that's okay for me. As they come into the break, it's only again for 1, but already, though, Owen, we can see the Haas has lost now of the full second. He's outside the gap now. He's right at the back of the Ferrari a lap ago, but he's gone now.
Yeah, those newer soft compound tyres on Andrea Schenkervan are clearly just working really well in these conditions. So right now, the strategy from Andrea Schenkervan is working. I mean, he's gained like 3 seconds in the last 2 laps on his teammates. So whether there'll be some team orders at Ferrari, considering obviously Andrea Schenkervan is in a championship fight with Rosrat Reversi. We will see whether they'll be orders or not. But quite an interesting idea from Andrea Schenkervan, and clearly one that is working at the moment as Aaron McGurk switching to inters.
That's crucial. That is crucial, but they've nearly put in a lap on the entire field. Look at where the Ferrari is now. So this is Ethan Shackleton again. And then we have Schenkervan in second. Then we've got Reversi in third. Are we going to see the Ferrari leader come in? If so, that's going to have to be Schenkervan doing another lap. Is Shackleton coming in? No. Stays out. What about his teammate out the last corner? Stays out. In, no. Does come. Championship leader. Vongsvat Reversi. Now, this... And he's a... Oh, no! He's done it again! 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane! And we've got Aaron as well with a penalty. Well, that has thrown away any chance of having a decent run. He's got 30 seconds to Michael. He'll stay in third position, but any chance of a victory has now gone. Michael's come into the pit lane as well, so that gap will stay at 13 seconds. He's come in for intermediate tyres as well. Well, I didn't expect that, unfortunately. No, can't even come in and serve it. There's a late safety car. Are we going to see? Yep. It's also McLaren in too. And this is going to be Connor Stewart Woodard in for Inters as well. It's a big risk, though, Owen, for the two Ferraris to stay out there, because now Chenkovan is 2 seconds back to Ethan Shackleton.
Yeah, the Ferraris just need to commit to this strategy now. They've stayed out, they just need to commit, because Montserrat Reversi will undercut them if they come in, so they literally they have to commit to staying out on the dry tyres now, and they can't afford to fight each other. If Chenkovan gets onto the back of Ethan Shackleton just needs to let him through to minimise the time loss. At this point, you want to maintain the 1-2, in my opinion.
I agree with you, because look how much faster we are seeing now. Montserrat Reversi go. DRS disabled. That's now the crossover. Ferrari have played a gamble. Is it going to pay off in the last 3 laps of this race? We're riding with Reversi now as the rain comes down into turn 3. He's got the advantage of being on those inters. The gap was 17 seconds at the line, but at the end of the first sector, it is 15.5. He's pulled out a full time as well. And Ethan Shackleton's got off the road. He's come back on now, just a second now, less than a second ahead to Chenkovan. This is unbelievable stuff. Andrea, are you going to take the lead? What are you going to do? As Owen said, protect the 1-2, and he's on the gravel! Chenkovan locking up. There's no traction out there. They've got 2 more laps to go. It's like the end of Spa in 2008. Ferrari ended up in the wall that day as well with Raikkonen. And look at them, they're sliding now at the last corner. You can't box. Let's take it in. Look at this. This is with Reversi. Watch this out the last corner. Power. Even using the battery. 7th gear. The gap at the previous lap was 18. It's now 11. 7 seconds in 1 lap. It's not impossible. We've got 2 to go. But he does have a 10-second time penalty. So I don't think, unless it rains harder, I don't know anymore, Aaron, because if it does rain hard or the Ferraris run off the circuit, we could see Reversi get that 10-second gap.
I think the heavy rain is too little too late. I think Ferrari just need to protect the 1-2, but I think they're pretty safe with Montserrat Reversi having that 10-second penalty, so they just need to not be stupid, is the best way to put it. Don't unnecessarily fight each other. Shackleton will want this win, no doubt, but Chenkovan is clearly faster because of those Miller softs. So we will see what they do.
Into the braking zone for the chicane. Shackleton turns in. Chenkovan's right there. Shackleton goes off. And now that nearly costs him as well. That nearly cost Chenkovan with a time penalty coming in for the McLaren as well. We'll keep on that later. But now the gap is 2 seconds. Look. While they are battling. Look who's in third right behind them. This is not what they needed. Final lap here and through. Chenkovan's on the inside line. Surely they can't battle. And now all we need to do is time out the inside. They're not going to do it. They are going to do it. Shackleton goes off. There's contact between the 2 teammates. And here comes Reversi coming through on the inside line. He's going to try and take them around the outside. The Ferraris are creating a roadblock into turn 3. And Shackleton dies on the inside line. Round the outside goes the Haas. That's not what they needed. The rain's coming down. And now all we need is Reversi to hit pedal to the metal. Get 10 seconds. But then will there be a post-race extra time penalty as well? That's the question. As Shackleton down in third, the rain's got heavier. Even the McLaren, who's a lot down, has passed him. Chenkovan's got second position, but the gap is still 3 seconds. It's falling. This is not going to happen unless the gap stays at 10 seconds. That will be fine. It's 5 seconds by the time we reach sector 3. It's not impossible. It's really not. This is going to be so tight to the line. He's drifting it into the chicane. He's on dries. 7 seconds in the exit. Into the last corner. It's a banking. You've got speed and power. 8 seconds at the exit. 1.5 to go in 1.5 corners. Up to the line. Give it your all. 9.3, 9.5, 9.7, 9.9. 10 seconds at the line. But it isn't enough. It's a 10-second penalty for unserved. Across the line comes Chenkovan. Has he won the race? No! Unbelievable! It is unbelievable! Montserrat Reversi wins! After being last on the formation lap, he was late to the grid, he jumped the start, he got 3 penalties, and on the last lap, he gets 11 seconds and wins by 1.6 seconds. Ferrari will lick their wounds, but Haas are in absolute uproar. Reversi wins again here in the Netherlands. Owen, that was unbelievable.
Unbelievable final lap, and I said it, didn't I? The Ferraris needed to not hold each other up. I said if they got to each other, they needed to let Chenkovan through. They needed to perform that switch sooner, and they didn't. And in the end, that is what cost them, in my opinion. That unnecessary battle and getting stuck behind each other, fighting each other, just cost them that race win, that 1-2. So really unfortunate for them, but kind of self-inflicted in a way.
May only have had 9 cars, but boy, oh boy, did we deliver on the last lap. I think Chenkovan deserves the driver of the day for that one. It's been a complicated day for Reversi, who wins the Dutch Grand Prix. Oh, I keep coming into classics, don't I? I hope Tom's having as much fun when he's here. Unbelievable podium, unbelievable race. And with only 9 cars, it was fantastic. That's why you should race in this league. That type of action, that type of drama. Fantastic. It's champagne time, and it's very, very well deserved. So here's the results then as well. Wolfsburg Reversi winning, despite having a 10-second time penalty. Second position for Andrea Chenkovan, and Ethan Shackleton finishing in 3rd. Michael Towers finishing in 4th place as well. 5th with that penalty for Alan McKirk. 6th coming in for Vortex. 7th on the board for the McLaren as well with Connor Stewart-Woodard. Then 8th on the board as well for Tismonsberg, and the McLaren in last with Adam Watson in P9. Owen, that was fantastic for race 8 of the season. So much intrigue, so much action. What on earth did you make of that one? Oh, I don't know if Owen's here actually at the moment. We'll wait for him to have him. Oh, here we go, Owen. What did you make of that one?
Sorry, my Discord was having a moment. Well, there's not really much you can say, is there? It was such a stellar final couple of laps from a race which really was a good one, but wasn't providing anything like that. And then out of nowhere, we have a last lap scramble for the race when, in the end, as I said, the Ferraris not switching positions is what cost them there. I said it on the stream. Although I thought they might be protected, I said they needed to not be stupid and hold each other up. And unfortunately, that is what they did. So well done to Walter at Reversi. Made the right decision to go in for Inters in the end, but unfortunate for Ferrari as well.
Absolutely fantastic as well. Let's get Kyle in quickly with Vortex. He's waiting in the background. Kyle, can you hear us? What a race you had out there today as well, battling with everybody in the midfield section as well. How did you find it out there?
Yeah, you know what? Like the overall result at the end wasn't amazing, but it's probably the most fun I've had. Sort of, I don't know. I think this season is the first time I've not been completely on my own for most of the race. Yeah, if I'm honest, I actually really enjoyed that. Yeah, I was hoping for a better result. I felt like I had really good pace this week.
Well, we certainly saw it. Yeah, we saw it as well. Diving moves. And I know you had the Ferraris come through, you had the Haas come through, but you boxed for Inters on the last lap as well. But you were right up there. You had a brilliant battle with Michael as well.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah. He was a bit aggressive, but within like perfectly reasonable limits. So it was a lot of fun to do that. But yeah, I boxed in as well too early, although I ended up losing position in the end because I think my brother decided to he pushed it one lap too many. So I can't really be too mad on myself because I don't think I would have caught Aaron anyway. But yeah, no, I had a great time. I wish I could have had 1 or 2 more positions higher, but I can't complain about that. I really actually enjoyed that, and even just keeping it on track in the wet conditions, I was just really enjoying it out there today.
It was fantastic. Great driving out there. I was enjoying it from what we, because we actually won you quite a bit actually in that race as well. I was really enjoying it, Carl. Thoughts going into next week then? Of course, you've got points today. Everyone did who started. So what are your thoughts going into next week?
Remind me, is this Singapore?
I think so, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I enjoy street tracks actually. It's one of my favorite places to race. I seem to go quite well. So yeah, another one. I think the first half of the season were quite difficult tracks for me. So I've always been looking forward to the second half because the tracks that I tend to go a lot better at and seem to have a bit more pace at. So next week, looking forward to it. Hopefully it'll be a decent result, another sort of midfield finish for me. I mean, podium would be fantastic, but we've got some really fast drivers in this league this season. So yeah, absolutely looking forward to it. We'll see what happens.
Excellent. Thank you, Kyle. We'll let you go now. Thank you. Great race. Go and de-stress.
Thank you. Take care.
Take care of yourself. Oh, fantastic as well. No other driver currently wanted to talk to us in the rating race. Thank you, Kyle, for that one. Owen, your final thoughts on tonight's race as well from the Netherlands?
As I said, awesome race and sets up a really, really good race next week, which is going to be at Monza. Of course, Monza circuit, which is an absolute classic. Of course, probably one of the most famous circuits F1 has, behind maybe Monaco. And it's going to be a fantastic race. Racing very much possible with a major, major DRS train likely to happen. So yeah, on to next week after a fantastic race.
Thanks for your company tonight, Owen, as well. Appreciate it. Thanks to everyone at home as well for welcoming me back in as well from the comms box. Tom will be back next week for all of the action, and I'll be happy to sub in whenever he's not around as well. And apologies for the technical issues at the start of the show. But hey, we've managed to finish on time. That's all we can ask for. Thanks for your company, Owen. Thanks for your company back at home. Have a great rest of your night. See you again soon. Take care. Goodbye.
There you go.
We're underway and racing. Stay on the brakes, goodness me, what a launch! The outside of turn 1 and takes